Yo, what is going on, folks? It's 2021 and we are back.
We made it.
We feel like we haven't seen you motherfuckers in about 2-3 weeks. A lot's been going on. We've been trying to retool. We got our videographer back, most importantly, man.
Yeah.
So we tried some cheap shit. That didn't work out the way we wanted it. So, you gotta spend some to win some. So we got our videographer back, man. How you brothers been, man? Everybody, New Year kicking off.
Yeah,
solid.
Been blessed.
Man, glad we made it through. You feel
You
me?
been blessed, man. This year just started, man. How you gonna say blessed? You ain't even been in this motherfucker long enough to know.
The fact that you made it to 2021, man. 2020 was a whole trial. You feel me?
No, that's.
10 days is a lot of time for some shit to happen.
It's
been
a lot of shit
clearly,
happened so
apparently,
far.
white people got bored.
Right.
Yeah, we kicked it off already.
Oh man, so I guess, man, might as well roll right into our fuck going on out here, man. Like, what can you say more about what happened at the state capitol, man?
Chaos. It was a lot going on out there. You feel me? Like I think for us, it just shows you what the culture is in America right now, man. Just definitely is two-sided, and it was very interesting to see them go ham out there.
But you know what? I feel like it was needed though. Like,
Why should I?
I'm just of the mind. Like, I get, trust me, I get what everybody's saying about Donald Trump this, and we got to get him out of office, all of this, all that shit, right? I get that, right? But we need these radical ass moments in the country in order for real change to happen. You don't get there peacefully. You don't get there acting like we all won, because clearly we fucking not.
No, facts.
A part of the country needed to see what happened the other day, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they needed to see why black people be like,
See?
No, they know. It was more like,
yeah.
I think.
But they need to see the difference in the response. That's what it was,
They
right?
need to see white privilege.
Yeah,
You feel me?
yeah,
I
exactly.
think it was a lack of understanding of what white privilege is, and this was definitely a smack in the face to show you what it is.
Yeah.
Like, they did lose some people. I heard like 4 people died or something like that, but, it definitely would have been different if it was black people walking into the in the state. You feel me?
It would have been Call of Duty. It would have been an AC-130 in the air. Blow the whole Capitol down.
Facts.
Yeah, man, it was wild. I don't think it was surprising for us to see.
Right.
I was a little surprised.
funny.
You feel me?
It was definitely funny. It was definitely funny.
They
I was
broke
just
through
like,
a whole
yo.
window.
But then again, it just showed like. Also, it showed like a lot of these people are just pussy. The only thing they want to do is just seem like they want to be radical and shit. But then you do all that rustling and fussling and get your ass in there and you start taking pictures and putting your feet up on the desk.
Did you see the lady who was crying about being from Tennessee was part of the revolution? You see how like she had like an onion in the towel to make it like they maced me. Like what the fuck you expect happen? Why are you trying to fake a struggle?
Like you ain't get a rubber bullet upside the head, a hot fucking canister upside your head.
Because you got to play the victim, you feel me? Like, they always have to play the
You
victim.
ain't get run over by no car.
No, nothing.
Nothing.
Man, but I was like, I'm not making fun of it, bro, but man, that lady just didn't even get a warning shot.
Yeah.
That probably was the
watched
most
that video.
thing. That was the most surprising thing of the day. I was just like, damn, at least white people get a warning shot.
So how'd that go? Like, who shot her?
It was the Capitol Police.
Yeah, on the other side of the door, they were trying to break through the door, and she was kind of like.
But he was yelling like he'll fire or something like that, and they was just so charged up. And hey, man, it goes the saying: first person through that door usually.
Yeah, don't be the pawn.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Out of all those
Everybody
men,
else knew to get the fuck back though. Right.
all those men in that hallway, why they let the lady go first?
Hey man, sometimes people just be eager to.
Right. She chose.
Yeah.
She chose to be first.
Yeah, she made a
chose.
choice.
I hope
Did nobody pointing, Amy, go over there.
It's an equal opportunity time right now. You feel me? So anybody could have got it.
You see, even when they was busting the windows, I was noticing like they'll bust the window, and then the person who bust the window wasn't the first one to go through. It was just like bust the window and step back and let somebody else.
I did my part. It's like a breach. A person that breached the door, they don't go in first.
Everybody else like, all right.
I did my part. I'm part of the revolution. I broke the window.
But by far, man, I mean, you already know, man, it was gonna be hundreds of memes coming out of there. But that fucking video of that guy scaling the wall and falling to that Nintendo,
the Mario, the Super Mario.
Bro, I can play that shit every day, all day, man. It still hits the same, bro.
Why they block Trump from every website known to man?
And what kills me is that people act like that's not problematic. It's like take Trump out of the equation, and how don't you see this as problematic? Because now we censoring people on these social media platforms. It's like, to his credit, this is why what was it, like months ago, he was talking about signing that law to kind of ring the social media platforms in, like Twitter, because it's like, yo, they getting too powerful. Joe Rogan has been saying this for the longest. That's why he left YouTube, because they getting too powerful.
Right.
You know, but then you got the people who, yeah, I get it. You feel a certain type of way about Trump, so you're going to make an argument for the social media platforms and say, well, these are private companies. They have terms and conditions. Yeah, it all sounds good until you're the side that's being silenced.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like this is a very slippery slope we going down on, man. Like, not even just that, but it's like the fact checking shit right there. Honestly, I fuck with Candace Owens now. I didn't fuck with her. Candace Owens is one of those people where you don't agree with everything.
I don't agree with a lot.
You don't agree with everything, right? But I feel like we have to stop looking at people in such polarizing terms and say, like, they said this one thing I don't like, so everything comes out of their mouth is stupid. Because sometimes you all align on something, but just because you felt so strongly about this one issue that you can't even, you're not even open to having a conversation with them. Like, that's a limitation.
What was it from her that made you was like, you know what, she ain't half bad?
It's been a couple things. Actually, like a few of the last things she spoke on, like that Ellen Page issue, right? She's what was it Ellen Page or Elliot Page, whatever the white lady who's saying she's now identifies as a white man. Like, she spoke on that, right? And she had some of the same ideas I do, and was saying like, yeah, this is a slippery slope. Like, because we always thinking about the issue at hand, but we don't think about the 3D, 4D chess of how this can slip out of hand. She spoke on that. We shared similar ideas on, and she's actually suing Facebook because of the fact checking shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I agree with her on that.
That's very biased.
She spoke on the censorship too.
Candace Owens, I think she's an intelligent woman, and I think it's probably some things that I can agree with her on. I think it's how she says things. It's not always what you say, but I think it's sometimes how you say it. And just coming from our culture, I think a lot of things dealing with Breonna Taylor, I didn't agree with, like, because she tried to make her a villain. You feel me? Like, some of these black deaths that happen out here, she tried to make them the villains. And I didn't agree with that.
I think with Candace Owens, she speaks with, and not to advocate for her, but what she speaks with, what she believes is facts, right? Based off the evidence and the facts presented. Normally, you're doing that, she's doing that against somebody who's speaking and they're just passionate about something. They might not have the details, you know what I'm saying? Because it's her job in her space to read court documents, right? To know what's going on in these cases, right? So that when you go on a station like CNN, you well-versed in what you're saying, right? Now, but you're arguing against somebody who's just passionate, right? We might not know, because we're not watching the court proceedings, so we might not know what the state's evidence was showing why they were investigating that home and showing this again, not to say that she's right. I'm just saying based off because I saw the same video where she went in and she was just presenting the facts in the court documents, right? A lot of times with our culture, man, we be so emotional, we just react. In the moment, we don't let the facts come out because sometimes we do have the affinity to cry wolf, right? But on the other side of that, there's so many instances where we are victimized, right?
Right.
And we are unheard that we just be like, okay, well, what about such and such? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but to her credit, I would say that woman there is a person who I would not want to debate with if I didn't have my facts together, right? Because she will make you look like a fool.
Right. And see, sometimes I think we have to get past like when you allow facts and number crunching to desensitize you to what humans are, right? And I think that's where that line is. Like, I think she's so focused on knowing the numbers and knowing the facts that she can't take the intangibles and she'll desensitize herself to like human, because a mother lost her daughter. And sometimes we got to look at things like that before we go on rants and just say, well, numbers is she was hanging with so and so, and regardless, we shouldn't feel bad for it.
And fucking D.
Sometimes shit needs just space to breathe. Like if something happens, like let the emotion happen, let somebody react. Maybe revisit it later and be like, okay, well, why this happened? I came up with these facts. Maybe, if you don't immediately want to run up on some facts soon as something happened and be like, no, this is what actually happened, maybe you won't get that kind of clash. Like,
because I think because a narrative is going to take place regardless, bro. That and you want to try to, you either trying to control the narrative or you trying to present facts so either side can make an intelligent assumption on like what's going on. But most of the time it's just people running with fucking narratives. Like you look at it, like, you know what? I seen a picture, right, of this white dude that was holding this black lady like in a bear hug, right? And the picture went viral, right? And it was supposedly people were saying like, look how they attacking us, right? Right? This is what the narrative was, right? Come to find out, get context to that picture, that was the other day during the state capitol shit. It was actually a white guy who went up and bear hugged the sister, and he was whispering in her ear like, I got your phone, they're going to kill you. And he was yelling to them like, back up, saying to the white people, he was like, I got your phone, I got you, they're not going to touch you. This is what he's saying to her, but he yelling at her like, get the fuck back, right? The police had arrested that guy. The sister had to come to his defense and give them context of what happened. And she said, he have saved my life. So I say this to say, sometimes we just looking at something surface level
we don't see the
without getting the context. You know what I'm saying? Because life is much more complicated than just what we see.
That's the problem with social media in general, because it's like you see something and you have a snap picture of it and it goes worldwide in 5 seconds.
Media in general, news, everything.
Because somebody is always trying to use that to craft a narrative, right?
Exactly.
Like, this is why this country will always be divided, right? Every fucking 4 years, there's going to be one side that feels like, just think about it. 4 years ago, or not even 4 years ago, but before Trump, what was Democrats doing to Republicans, right? Once, we got a Republican in office, there's always going to be somebody going to be like, y'all just salty. You know what I'm saying? But it's what happens 4 years from now.
They treat this shit like college football.
It is, but this is how they want it, because if you had a one-party system, then the people could rise up to overthrow governments. But as long as you got one side rocking with us, and we can switch that tide every so often, the people never have time and resources to get together and overthrow a government.
And they sell it to us like we have a choice in the matter.
It's the illusion of democracy.
Right. That's powerful.
Yeah. So in other news, you know what I saw, man? And I kind of want to chime on with y'all today. I saw something on social media, again on Shade Room. Y'all know that's like, I got a guilty pleasure with Shade Room. But that's why I get like a lot of current event shits from, right? Two things. I actually got one that's outside Shade Room, so fuck y'all. I seen this story, bro, and I was just like, it made me say, you know what, bro? You really got to live your fucking best life out here and not give a fuck about what people think, because these motherfuckers will drive you crazy trying to appease them. I seen this video of Bow Wow, right? Of all people, y'all just didn't think that was going. I know where you're going.
Right, hear Bow Wow coming up.
So I seen this video of Bow Wow on like this little ass tugboat, right? With a boat full of women, right? And he enjoying himself, right? Even if he was just enjoying himself on this little boat with this bunch of women, right? I'm looking at the comments, right? People like, that little ass boat, right? I see Tank, shout out to Tank, one of my favorite R&B artists. He said a bunch of people commenting about somebody on the boat that ain't never been on the boat, right? They start going in on his ass, right? I said, damn, man, like you can't make motherfuckers happy out there, right? Motherfuckers like, man, what that little ass boat, bro? You need to get a bigger boat, right? Other people in the comments was like, nah, he was on a bigger boat. You know what I'm saying? That's just the boat that take you out to the bigger boat, right? Where the video of that in? Why you put a video of that little ass boat and shit, right? I'm just like, why are you worried about it, right? Today, I see a video of him on the bigger boat with a bunch of women.
Was it from the same day, or was he
I guess it was the same. It was the same chicks. It was the same chicks, right? It was yeah. But that's the boat, and he said that he's like, that's the boat that takes you. You got to think about it. If you're on a yacht and the yacht is anchored, the yacht is not finna raise up its anchor and come to you every time somebody come late. They're gonna have like a little tugboat or a little boat that goes to the shore to pick up people and bring them back, right?
I want to see the boat.
So then, but he was on a bigger yacht, right, with a bunch of women, right? In the comments, they like, man, he always trying to prove something to somebody. Don't nobody care. And I'm just like,
that's what Bow Wow fucks up. He does it a lot. He created his own.
But I'm like,
you
don't. But I'm like, that's what I mean. Like in terms of him, it's just like, hey, bro, just live your life. Like, don't fucking worry about what people think. Right? It was like I seen another story with this girl who I guess she had a Birkin bag. I can't remember what this chick name was. She even got on into a fight on the plane, right?
Oh,
Chinese kitty and somebody else, right? But she was in the back of the plane on like a Spirit flight, right?
Spirit.
And somebody must have said something. Yeah. Somebody must have. It was Delta. It was Delta. It was Delta. And somebody said something like, "How you on? How you on?" Like she wasn't even a coach. She was like in the back. She's like, "How you in the back of the plane with a Birkin bag, right?" That just drove her crazy, and then she get to arguing back and forth with motherfuckers on social media, right? But she explains to get context. It was like it was only that one flight out. That was one of the only seats she can get. But it's just like still. You have to not give a fuck. Just live your life, man. These people will drive. You talking to motherfuckers who ain't never been nowhere. They miserable as hell.
Never took a first class flight.
Ain't been on Delta.
Right.
For real.
Just miserable, looking for a reason to just make you seem like your life is less appealing. You know what I'm saying? As theirs is, man. And I just don't get it, man. Social media is a nasty fucking.
It's a drug.
It is.
It's a drug all the way.
Y'all seen that? What's it called? Social Dilemma.
Yeah.
That shit, man. Social media. I mean, it's useful when it comes to business and all that, but all the agendas and all that other shit.
Keep you engaged. The more you engage, the more money these companies make.
But it's like it's the reason why we doing this here, right? Because initially. Just wanted to do a topic-based show, right? But people care about hearing the drama and shit. I just want to do it in a way where we can try to at least, talk about it with a intellectual component if possible, but it really be dumb shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I just be like, do you ever find yourself like you read a story, then you go to somebody else's page, and then you just start.
You go down a fucking rabbit
Then
hole.
you just then at some point you be like, why the fuck do I care this much, man?
Right.
But I didn't commit it so much time.
It's entertainment.
so much time.
Yeah, it's
You
entertainment.
didn't commit it so much time to this bullshit, man. And like most of the time when you click on the people who be commenting, they be having like zero
Yeah, followers.
posts.
Yeah, bro. They trolls.
Oh no, I try not to go that deep. I don't click on followers. I was like, no.
I just be like, why does this motherfucker feel so? And I just click on their shit, right? And they always be private.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, these might be troll pages, bots.
They really like insecure people.
They ain't got nothing better to do,
Yeah,
sitting at home during COVID with nothing else to do, mad at somebody else living their life.
They was mad before COVID.
They was
bro.
mad before COVID. They got madder.
Yeah, no, for real.
So man, 2021, man. What goals do you brothers have?
That's a go. That's a good one.
Good.
How we
What,
get
what,
going?
what,
How we
what
get
goals,
going?
man?
It's no goals, y'all.
I started
Man, you
off.
some unambitious motherfuckers.
I
Like,
started off.
God damn, man.
I started off, so I'm
Nigga,
trying
like,
to.
shit, I just came here. I just wanted to make it here on time. Motherfucker had nothing
I
more.
was 5 minutes early today. shit.
Right.
But I'll say like me, I just want to basically finish what I start, right? On everything.
oh,
with
just
everything
anything.
in general, right?
Man,
Finish
get the
what I
fuck
start.
out of here.
Hold on.
You see
Hold
that
on,
old
hold on.
generic ass
Hold on,
man?
hold on,
I just want to finish what I start on
wanna
everything.
finish
Didn't
what
say
I
nothing
start.
specific. I
I'm
just
saying
want-
if I start a
I want to
project,
finish my food. I never eat all my food.
That's a
I'm tired
noble goal,
of throwing shit away, man. I be wasting money and shit.
I'm just saying like, all right. I'm saying like starting projects and then putting it down and moving on to the next project.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
indeed.
stopping. I'm leaving that in 2020. I'm leaving bullshit in 2020. I'm trying to get spiritually aligned. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Those are my goals. Just small goals.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm on the same page as far as being consistent. Yeah, like I made sure that I'm stepping into. I want to build daily habits and just really make sure I compound all my habits. You feel me? So like I started a book club. I know that's random, but like
That's solid.
That's dope.
yeah,
Is it a actual like book club? Is it like audio book?
All black book club. No, you can't play the audio.
I'll join the audio book
Look,
club.
I
I ain't
tell
turning
my
no
boy-
pages and shit.
I had to tell my boy, no, you reading this book, you feel me? I just, it's an all black book club. I feel like it's not a lot of reading or reading isn't that popular for black culture.
So is that private?
No, it's open. Y'all,
So
you
how
feel me?
can
No,
people get
I
on?
plan on hollering about that with y'all. You feel
I'm
me?
saying, how do people let the people know how to
yeah.
get
We
into
got
it?
we got a Instagram page. I definitely we could pull it up tonight. It's called Iron Sharpens Iron. You feel me? So
John, can we
like
get that on there?
holler-
At
yeah.
Iron Sharpens Iron?
That's dope.
Okay.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, so I just started the book club. I got a few men in there, and I tried to make it black because I wanted our culture to get into that habit, to understand like it's not. You don't have to think it's not a cool thing to read. You feel me? And the guy who put me on, his name Jadon Harris. Shout outs to my boy. He actually educated me because I wasn't a reader, and I was somebody that was like, no, I YouTube. You feel me? But he made the comment that if you want to hide something from black men, put it in a book.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like that resonated with me because I was like, damn, I ain't never heard that. You feel me? Like
It was in a book.
Yeah, it was in a book.
when you say all black, do you mean like all black members or all black authors?
Just all black men, like not necessarily the authors, but just I just want to educate us as men, like because I see in so many cultures, and I blame slavery for this. I feel like we aren't really in touch, like the African American that came from here isn't really in touch with his roots, like somebody that came from Africa or different cultures that know their ethnicity. So that you can see them and they'll work together and come together and build just different opportunities for themselves and work together, but we don't have that. So I want to just cultivate that for us.
That's what's up.
So how does that work? Is it like, how does the book thing work? Like, do y'all all read the same book?
The same book. So we just I just had the Zoom call earlier. So we have Zoom calls every Tuesday and or every second and fourth Sunday.
Okay.
And we read the same book, and we have book goals, and we have the Telegram app where we just hold each other accountable daily and weekly. So so as black men, we just iron sharpening iron.
Oh, that's what's up.
That's fire.
Do you
That's
need
fire.
like for physical copies? Do you need physical copies, or do you just have like?
No, there's most of the guys, anything, tablets or whatever you want to do it on. Yeah, but just as long as you
So you
read
can do it on a tablet, but I can't do it on
Nah,
audio.
you can't
you
listen
still
to
gotta
it.
read the text.
You still gotta read it. You still gotta, it's something about reading
It commits
that,
to memory more when you read it. When you hear it,
Exactly.
you can be doing other shit. You don't pay attention. When you read it, it sticks with you.
I'll read it. No, I'll say the benefits of audiobooks is like you can get multiple listens in. Like I've
facts.
listened to 50 Cent's Hustle Harder, Hustle Smarter like 3 times.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And that's like a 7-hour, 8-hour book.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll listen to that multiple times, like you said, to, retain the information.
Right.
Yeah.
I
If you-
think it's just creating a habit though, like creating a habit of reading, because that's a discipline. If you see the habits of wealthy men, they read, and that's just not by chance. That's not an accidental habit. And I don't hear too many like, I just only did audiobooks. You feel me? But
No, I get it though, because the habit of reading insinuates that you can commit time to something, right? You can set aside time
right.
for this thing, right? Because you think about it, outside of sitting down and watch TV, how often do you just set aside time to when you're just still and not doing anything else?
Exactly.
Only thing is just TV, maybe eating, but you can do that while watching TV
Right.
and reading.
Right.
Right.
So
When they say doing shit while TV is playing is bad. Like they say you shouldn't eat while you're watching TV. They say you shouldn't do anything.
bullshit.
Watching TV.
I can't take a bite then until I find something on Netflix.
Right,
or
and that's a
something.
habit. Like I find
Food be
myself.
cold in the motherfucker, but I can't. I go warm that shit up, bro. I be like, I saw this already. I gotta find something, bro.
Nah, you not lying though.
You got anything else lined up for the year?
Man, just part of what me and CJ doing with the ATMs, man. I'm definitely excited for that, man. I went into a few businesses this week.
Hey man, I called CJ yesterday and I said, man, the homie's hitting the pavement, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I made sure to let him know that if he didn't, but he said y'all had already tapped in, but just to let him know, like, hey, bro, out here working.
Yeah, definitely.
And I said,
man.
by the time y'all get that second and third one,
Yep.
It's game time. Yeah, I had
I'm
to
put my bid in.
I realized I had to build a pitch, you feel me? I
Yeah.
definitely was going in there just like walking in like, hey, you feel me? I got an ATM for you.
Did you have a book?
get out of
in
here.
hand? You got going with the book in
I
hand. They'd be
should
like,
have. I'm definitely gonna suit it and boot it when I go out this next time. You gotta play the game smart.
Hey, y'all don't need no ATM in here.
Yeah, real West Coast. Real West Coast.
Hey,
our fees are only $250.
all right, what you got going on, man, for 2021?
For this year, I want to flow a little bit more creatively.
You be rapping?
Hey.
You said flow a little bit.
with my camera. I had my first like full commercial client with a shoot like a couple days ago. So
Congratulations.
thank
Nice,
you.
congrats.
So happy about that. I'm actually still editing them right now. Should be done in a little bit. But I want to kind of take that momentum and kind of get more bookings as far as my photography. Kind of take that a little bit more seriously, build more of a team. I've been talking to a few people I know that kind of want to start off from the ground up. Models, things like that. Kind of just building a little bit more of a community and having more like putting my pound in the pavement a little bit more.
Yeah.
When it comes to taking it a little bit more seriously. Also the investing. I mean, shit, we started talking about that last year, and we just looking to kind of zone in,
Yeah.
and make that work for us, make our money work for us.
Coming up on like a full year of like
It was
investing,
like
options
March?
trading.
March?
Yeah,
that's
in
nice.
March.
I got a quick caveat, only because it came to my mind this week.
Yeah.
Have y'all noticed when the chaos was going on in the world that the stock market was going crazy?
Did you see Smith
Yeah.
and Wesson?
Shit was going up.
Yeah, the stock
I just want
market
to throw that
emotional.
out there. Like,
Yeah.
Volatility is coming. But like when that shit started going crazy, I was looking at Smith and Wesson fucking shot up like I think like 30% that day. And I missed it. I didn't see it's like kind of like after it happened, but I was like, everybody keep protect themselves.
Grabbing their guns. huh?
Right. But nah, it's crazy. It's and I mean that's just a little blip on the map. It's going, Mark is gonna do what it's gonna do. And yeah, just trying to capitalize on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Get some strategies out there. As far as anything else for the year, just staying a little bit more consistent with daily habits, getting in there, eating properly, working out, the whole like start off the year.
Yeah, started off right, man.
Started off right, kind of set the tone, and I think the consistency is, I think, what me and probably a lot of other people just kind of have trouble keeping up with. So just keeping up with that.
Hey, I feel it. I think last year, man, I lost like 30 pounds. You feel me? Just
Man,
off of that.
man, I'm probably the heaviest I've been in probably about 2 years. It's like I was really on it last year, working out, dieting properly, did the keto. I was down. I was in the best shape of my damn life.
Man, we need to commit Sundays or something, man, to going to running or something, bro.
Hey, I'm down.
I'm
man.
down.
You know,
I'm
I
down
love
for
running,
a hike.
man.
I went hiking once and I fell in love with it.
Oh yeah, hiking is a whole vibe.
Yeah, man.
Especially running because it's really beautiful out there.
Yeah, we should put that together, y'all. Sundays at 10 or 11.
I'm with
running.
Nah, not early.
It gotta
People
be
are
early.
running.
It gotta
Yeah,
be early.
no, it's cracking.
No, not earlier.
They gotta
Man,
be.
I'm not trying to be out there when them goddamn
8 in the
animals
morning.
just now fucking
Waking up.
going home.
We gotta do
Fuck
like-
out of here.
Running,
do like 8, 9 in the
running is a cute hike. Y'all want to go like a hike?
No,
Yeah, you gotta go to the road.
You got to go like to where like bears and shit.
Nah, I ain't doing
No,
that.
I'm trying
I ain't
to
doing
go
all
to the
that.
cute hike.
It's one called.
What day they do?
It's one called Los Leones. Y'all heard of that? Los Leones? Something like that.
No.
I heard that one.
Sound like a
so-
place where you get lost. I'm sorry.
I got fucking lost. My first hike, it was like 7 miles. I went to like the Angeles Mountains. Fucking went out there. Fucking hike. After like the first like 10 minutes we were hiking, there was like this giant pile of bear shit like this fucking high.
Oh nah, you're not doing that.
But it had dried up, like it had been there for a few days,
Okay.
but it was like full of like berries and shit. And they were like, "Oh, that's bear shit." I was like bear, like, and they were like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "But it's dried up. It's probably gone." I'm like, "So what do you do if you come across a bear and it's like?"
Run.
No, that's the
don't.
Last thing you want to do.
See, this is why we ain't fucking with him out there. This is why we can't. This is why we got to go to Runyon.
We going to Runyon.
Because
Yeah,
We run faster than the next guy.
then London be mad when we don't bring this motherfucker back.
You just got to make sure you're not the last motherfucker. That's all you got to do.
If we see a bear, say, "Go, Seth." You're gonna be the distraction.
We'll tell your story.
I'll tell my story. Meet y'all at the
I remember
bar.
I used to ask this in the shop, right? I used to ask the guys. I was wild in the shop. I just asked random shit. I'd be like, say you was in the woods with like your kid, your daughter, son, even your lady,
Don't
right?
put me in that situation.
Bear comes up, just snatches your kid, your lady up, just start mauling them. A big ass grizzly.
Oh, fuck.
Look,
What the fuck do you do?
I'm biting the bear because it's just like I ain't going home without my kid. Like,
Yeah, like how do you go back and say I couldn't?
You do what everybody else do.
what?
put a phone out and record that shit.
Record for a little bit, get a little bit,
Stop killing my kid.
get a little bit of evidence, and get the fuck up out of there.
never.
I'm gonna be back.
Never. I hope it's a boy bear. I kick him right in the nuts because I ain't playing with it.
So I say all that to say, let's say you in Florida, alligator, croc, whatever, snatches your kid off the bank.
Nah, man.
What the fuck do you do? Do you jump in that motherfucker?
I mean,
It
you got
just
to
happened.
You can't just sit there and watch
Nah,
because you ain't gonna be able to live with it.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not gonna sit there and watch.
There's there's really nothing you can do if a gator snatches your kid and it's in water back in, there's nothing you can do.
That's what I'm saying. What do you do?
Pick up the nearest thing, or you talking about your phone? I'm gonna take my phone. I'm gonna throw it at that motherfucker.
Nah,
Your shit
at
just
least-
gonna say splash, and that motherfucker gonna keep chewing. Like, damn, he just threw his phone in the water. That's what the croc that was gonna say. This nigga, damn, that was like an iPhone 12. He just threw that shit right in the water.
That's happened. That's happened at Disney World in Florida. Or somebody
Oh,
lost their
right.
son.
I remember
A
that.
kid was playing like near
Right.
one of the, and
you
he got
hear
got
it? You heard it?
snatched.
Like they lost their son.
Lost, yeah, you go.
Yeah.
I mean,
you just keep that loss. You got to minimize the losses in that moment.
Minimize the loss.
Like, you
try to get a leg back.
No, I'm saying you minimize the losses. Like, I'm not going in there too,
Right?
Because I can help her make another son.
Right? You like shit. I don't want her. I want my family to have to pay for 2 funerals.
Right. Like, that's just, I'm thinking of the family. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told his ass, stay away from that fucking water.
And you really got to be like, can I make another? I can make another
You
son.
can
if
make
I'm still
another
here.
son. I can either name that motherfucker what his name was.
Damn, wow.
And if it's too painful, we can get a dog and name him.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. Like, it all sounds, and it sounds heroic as hell in the moment.
Right.
Until the shit happened.
I'm saying, you take this motherfucker right here. You feel me?
You committed to this phone.
Nah, because then you got to call 911. Ain't no phone.
Right.
I'm saying, what's 911 gonna do? It's a cracker.
Let's say
gotta report it?
Let's say you miss motherfucker throwing the phone at him.
Oh, so you waste the phone.
You wasted the phone.
Yeah,
Right.
I tried, nigga. I tried.
You tried.
Like,
So now you done lost the evidence.
Right, but no,
They
because
gonna lock your ass up.
your story is gonna come up on Shade Room, and I'm gonna be like, all this motherfucker did was throw a phone.
see, you the motherfucker with the
There
fake
you go,
page that
yeah.
be on the comments.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
you. You on the
You
fake
just
page.
lost one.
I'm just saying. I did see a video, but this was like a smaller gator. Like, the headline was like, man jumps in water to save his dog from alligator, right?
No,
it was like on a golf course. It was just like,
Nah, I ain't saving no fucking
it was like a smaller one though.
Right.
Like, it wasn't like a 6 foot or bigger. It was like a smaller one though. It like snatched the dog up. He jumped in there and it was just like, get your fucking hands on.
Yeah, no, that's
I was like, I don't even know if I had that in me.
right.
Yeah,
It's
ain't
like,
catching no baby gator.
it's maybe like 3 or 4 animals that'll make me drop dead.
Yeah.
That's like lions, bears, snakes. Yeah, those 3 right there. I'm gonna have fucking yeah.
Oh man.
Bro, I don't fuck around with snakes, bro.
That's just a lot of people. That's just a lot of people.
Because snakes can range from fucking garden snake to anaconda.
you.
God damn it, I'm covering all of that shit
No,
when I say snakes.
No lie,
bro.
like maybe like 4 months ago, me and my girl were hiking, doing a jog, and she was dead fucking tired. And why was it a snake, big ass snake on the trail? And I just was like, watch your foot. You feel me? Like, it get real like that.
Came across a rattlesnake on that fucking trail too. At the end,
man.
I took a picture of it, and I didn't even see it. There was a photographer out there. He was like, "Yo, you want to see something cool?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "There's a rattlesnake." I was like, "That's not cool." Like, I don't. He's like, and it's right there. I didn't even see it.
Oh no,
I was
bro.
like,
I don't want to see it. I don't want to know what's over there. I'm gonna push you into it, like.
That's crazy.
Nah, we need to kick that off. Well, today is Sunday, so
What you got planned out?
Yeah,
You
what's
ain't
your,
answer
what's
your own
your-
question.
I mean, y'all know, man. Like, you know, for me is
World domination.
yeah, exactly. Knocking out these 2 scripts in Q1. I am giving myself to March. You know, April at the latest. You know what I'm saying, to dial in. A couple ebook projects. You know, tighten up things with the vending machines. You know, helping you guys out best as I can with the ATM shit. And growing this fucking channel.
Right.
You know, growing this podcast,
Big
man.
facts.
Being
Big
more
facts.
efficient with that, with how we market and network and, you know, interact with people, just being more efficient, you know, and really trying to grow the Clumsy Thieves production, you know.
As a brand.
With
huh?
so we mentioned the podcast. I know we kind of talked. We always talked about it before, and I've it's been brought up to me as well. I think we should get to like the audio platforms.
Yeah,
'Cause I
indeed.
feel like a lot of
Indeed.
people want to sit in and listen, but not have to keep their phone or, you know, stuff open while we're doing it. So I think just being able to listen to and passing like an audio book to them.
Yeah.
This is their
Yeah.
audio book.
Yeah.
No, I agree. You know what I'm saying? I like the idea of what Sav said. So it's just like, again, like there'll be a board in the shop soon with just like all these projects, man. And we, you know, with just all this information, things that we want to do and execute so we can be more efficient, you know. Yeah, that's my 2020. I'm pretty sure by the summer, man, it'll be some things added. But it's like right now, I'm just in a habit, and I've said this before, of just for so many years, I've talked myself out of things that I wanted to do, right? Worrying about failing, worrying about what people would say,
right.
all of that. And it's just like, I'm just in this space now where it's just like, there's nothing I don't think I can do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just where I'm at, you know?
Yeah.
So
That sounds like a plan, man. I'm excited, though. And I need to go on some trips. I forgot to say I'm going on trips for sure. But that's
man. Fuck. I'm
Mexico, bro. Can we commit to fucking Mexico, bro, in February or March, man?
What's up with the Africa trip too? Is that still going down or?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But that was supposed to be for 2022, I believe.
Okay.
Though October 2022.
Okay.
But I'll be sure to add you to that group though. But yeah, man, Mexico next month or
so crazy
March,
there,
man.
I'm hoping it's COVID free.
So look, do you need your passport?
Yeah, you need a passport.
Yeah, you need a passport.
Because somebody's like, nah, you don't need a passport. You just need an ID and your birth certificate or some shit like
you
that.
know what?
you don't need a passport
if you had
to get in. You need to go to Mexico. You need a passport to get out of Mexico.
Mm.
They got the worst
I'ma tell y'all
COVID
a story.
protection out there, man.
My pops got stuck in Mexico for like 7 days.
Hell no.
That's the story you told y'all, man.
He got stuck because he thought he had a enhanced driver's license. So you could get over that motherfucker, but you can't get back. You don't got the proper paperwork to get back. He couldn't get back. They had him at the embassy for like 7 days.
You come back with any kids?
Yeah, I was just over there, and this little boy just he needed my help.
You know what I'm saying? He met a girl, had an illegitimate son.
Not that I know of.
That's hilarious.
Oh, fun fact. I was waiting on you to come in with all the fucks on the beginning of the podcast. You did not. You disappointed today.
I know, man. I've been mindful of it, bro,
Nah,
because I know,
you know what?
I know, like they demonetize shit, like if you curse within a certain time frame of the video. So I'm conditioning myself this year to
curse
You
later.
said it within the first 10 seconds.
You did.
You said-
You said motherfuckers.
see y'all
I did say,
motherfuckers,
but I ain't say fuck though. There was a
It's
word that
fuck.
preceded it though. So
So there's a show on Netflix. It's like the history of swearing, right?
I didn't.
seen
Start,
it?
I put it in my thing, but I haven't watched it yet.
It's funny as shit. It's hosted by Nicolas Cage, and the first episode goes over like the history of the word fuck, and there are benefits to cursing, to swearing, to saying shit, fuck, ass. this
Told you,
and that.
motherfuckers.
I knew it.
So
I knew it.
saying fuck enhances your endurance. So let's say you're
During
dealing with
sex?
endurance, like physical endurance, totally. So like, okay, they did this experiment where like somebody put their hand in a bucket of ice. Half the people were allowed to curse and say it. The other half were not. The people who were able to curse, fuck, shit, damn, this shit cold them up, were able to last longer. People who
I know that in the gym. Yeah.
your grip gets 5% stronger when you're cursing, and it helps convey emotion. It helps. I fucking made a list. I was like,
I can't let my son watch this shit. Fuck this homework. Like, hey, boy, you better take that F
for that. When you're surprised, when you experience pain, like the most basic function in your brain is where curse words come from. So when you hurt yourself, you say shit, fuck, damn. It's not that you want to. It helps alleviate pain.
Right.
So you say it, and I was like, oh, that's very, very interesting.
That makes sense.
I remember the first time I cursed in front of my dad. I stubbed my toe on the couch. I was like, shit, and he looked at me. He was like, I understand. And I was like, okay, cool. But I didn't know there were so many benefits to cursing.
No, I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah, I gotta check that out too.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it.
It gives you an adrenaline boost as well. So like when you working out, fight or flight response. You know, when you're trying to hype yourself up, start cursing. So I'm sure that shit has benefits during sex.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna try it.
try it out. Add some fuck to your vocabulary. See if it don't make your life different.
Man, what else going on in this year, man? Like, or has gone on recently that we missed that we haven't covered? I feel like it was something, man, that I wanted to talk about. Maybe I screenshot it, but I forgot it.
Aside from Lil Bow Wow and that.
Oh, that's what it was. So did y'all know that was snuck in that fucking bill? The bill that they just released?
Stimulus?
Yeah. That was something in there that the intelligence agency they have 180 days to release all documentations on UFOs.
Yep.
What?
I said, "Oh shit, is about to get interesting around here."
Did they release documents online already? I thought I saw that.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. But
Oh.
I'm like, I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and he was saying like, maybe there's a reason why in recent years we just been seeing like these little videos and shit like start to be released because they just drip feeding it because somebody knew that this time was coming to where they just have to let this information go. Maybe right now they feel like right now in civilization they ready for the truth or they ready for whatever.
But do you think with that comes on the other side of that martial law? Because it's like, well, we need to protect you.
I don't think we get that and we just get to do with that information what we will. I think there's a price to pay for that. It's funny you say that because that was the first thing I thought about. I was like, there's a price going to come with this.
Right.
There's something. There's a reason for this happening.
Yeah, exactly. There's a reason why now we're getting this information.
Right.
And we may find ourselves like, damn.
Well, we about to get like hover cars.
I feel like
Nah,
2021.
Like you said, it just may be like a new level of security, a new level of just privacy invasion. Restrictions. There's going to be a price to pay for us knowing what most people feel like. It's like I feel like it's one of those things where it's like but you've never seen like that concrete evidence, but it's just like but like to have concrete evidence and now know something comes with that. I think that was what CJ was saying. Like
I think it's a misdirect for something else. I don't know what it is. Like they want us to be focused on whatever that bullshit is for something. I don't know what's coming with it.
I honestly think something drastic is going to happen. Like I didn't want to put that out there, but I think something drastic is going to happen in 2021. They said something about the grid going down or being hacked possibly. They said something about, people, this has been floating around, but like coming to Christ, aliens, all types of shit. So I don't know. I feel like something drastic might happen in 2021. I hope not, because after 2020,
it'll be amazing to like. Again, it's like you see these videos. Like there's a very great documentary. I don't know if any of you guys watched it though. It's on Bob Lazar. You ever seen this documentary? You know who Bob Lazar is?
Oh, the guy that had that. He worked at Area 51.
Yeah. He had this element called Element 151. Right. He spoke about a lot of things in the 80s that they were saying he was crazy. This stuff didn't exist. You didn't work there.
did they kill him?
That came to light recently, right? He said he used to work at a place called S4 in Area 51, and he said he worked on these spacecraft. They tried to back engineer the technology of a lot of these spacecraft and shit. He even drew them out, and he said they had a different kind of propulsion system. Like it's not like how our shit is. Like was like when you see a rocket and a rocket take off and it's like smoke and flames and all that. Right. Them motherfuckers just take up, with no heat, no nothing.
Something to do with magnets or some shit like that.
Yeah, and he said they ran off of this element. It was called Element 151. It wasn't even on a periodic chart in the 80s. It is now, though, right? And he said they ran off of that. And he even drew what the craft looked like. It's a very good fucking documentary. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast, right? And this was back in the 80s. They have been on this man's ass since then, right? Because it was a rumor that he had took a piece of this element. He snuck some out. And so he had like this kind of test on this documentary where It was this guy, very interesting guy. The guy who's the filmmaker. He sent them a text and was just like, "Hey, can you bring a piece of the element that you have tomorrow?" They were just testing, and he was like, "Cool." The very next day, all these branches of law enforcement raided his shit, bro.
Damn.
Oh wow.
Like FBI, DA, all these different motherfuckers went there, and they act like they was just. He said they said I filled out a form wrong or something like that, but he was just like, man, it was like 20 cars. He's like, it was all types of agencies and shit up and down the block and shit. Like they been on dude ass, right?
Damn.
But he talked about this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be something, man, in our lifetime to get like this confirmed information. Right. But it's just like, what do we do with that? You know, I mean, for me, my personal thoughts is it's a reason why they don't want to release this information, because it'll go against the given time frame of man, and then it'll make people start questioning a lot of things as far as religion and a lot of things, right? Because even the fucking like the Sphinx, the pyramids, these things are older than the timeline that, you know, we have right now.
Right. That's powerful.
And so how can you have monuments on this earth that's, you know, that goes back further than our timeline? You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be interesting, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To say the least, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with that. But it's just funny how like they just kind of snuck that in. Right. You know,
I think it's probably gonna be drop something just so people can go crazy and focus on that shit and debate about the origin of whatever the fuck they give us, and we're still not gonna get any answers. They can say, "Hey, this thing has happened," but it's like, where did it come from? How much do you actually know?
Right. How much do you know?
Yeah, I just think to your point, like I think they give us some. They just still don't give us everything.
Yeah,
Never.
I mean, so having worked in government, being in the military, I had a secret security clearance, right? You're only gonna get. There's
don't say
levels.
nothing that's gonna have them run up in here and snatch your motherfuckers' laptops and shit.
Right. I mean, there's levels of information, right? There's certain information that's classified, unclassified. There's information that can come out and information that's not gonna come out. See what I'm saying? Like, yes, they have to put the information out, but it's on the need to know. So if it's like they might leave out pieces of information. I'll just put it like that.
All those redacted ass lines on like you get a document with 10 words, but it's like
blacked
500.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like what they did with like the JFK assassination. Like
Right.
they're supposed to release those papers. Those papers wasn't they released like last year like last year or the year before, and all that shit was so heavily redacted. It's just like, what the fuck is the point? It's like the date. Right. And like everything else is just redacted and shit. It's like, yeah, we put it out. We didn't say in what condition we had to put it out.
We
like,
say
you
what percentage of the
motherfuckers,
file you was getting. You got
you
about
clever
60%.
son of a bitches, man. But man, what do y'all hope that this year would look like?
Man, after last year, a year of abundance. I feel like we went through it last year. I'm just hoping it's really just a brighter side to it, whatever we dealt with in 2020.
Yeah, I would say this year looks like a bunch of black millionaires.
Yeah.
But I'm just talking about like, what does it look like? Like, what are you at the lowest? What do you hope for? Like for me, I'm just hoping to see like certain businesses open. I'm hoping to see like people just kind of like relax a little bit. I'm hoping to see this thing become more of like a choice, because there's so much misinformation out here, right? It's like a lot of people are getting these vaccines, but it still feels like on one hand you got a lot of people getting vaccines, right? But then on the other hand, you still got the media saying, yeah, but there's a new strain coming out. So it's just like, it's like, what the fuck do y'all want? Do y'all want people to relax because of, you want people to get the vaccine, but then you want the motherfuckers to still be scared? Like, oh, you got a vaccine for the old shit. Now you gotta get the new vaccine and shit. Like, what do you want from people? It's like, if you got an iPhone, bro, and you get them CNN alerts, them motherfuckers will drive you crazy, bro. Like I feel like it's just one motherfucker at CNN, bro. He just writing up the craziest shit. Like,
that's how they get people to look. It got to be crazy. And nobody cares about do-gooder doing some shit. Nobody cares about normal shit happening. Like, it has to be
that nigga is ringing the fear bell every day, bro.
If it bleeds, it leads, bro. That's what it is. If it bleeds,
I just want to see like people just kind of relax on, like go back to businesses, because you do see people out. When I say I wanted to be pro-choice, I wanted to go back to like, hey, if you want to go out, you can go out. If you don't want to go out, there's all types. The world we live in now, bro, there's all types of delivery services. Right. There's all types of means for you. There's all types of streaming services. You do not have to leave your home to enjoy life or do the things or have the things that you want to do. It's not like if you needed groceries, you had to go. If you wanted to enjoy a movie, you had to go. It's like this thing should be, I just want the country to be kind of like pro-choice right now.
I feel it. I'm trying to go back to the movies. Like, I mean, that's something that's so simple that
I'm trying to go back to a club. I'm trying to go to a bar. I want to sit somewhere.
Like, it got to be baby steps, though, because I feel like socially the country is fucked up, right? Socially. So you just throw people out there.
But you got to think about it. And in different parts of the country, it is. Like, in Florida, Atlanta, Mexico, people are getting it, man. Right. And here's the thing: a lot of people are traveling from their respective cities to go there and to go back. But it's just like, instead of, here's my thing: like, them fucking cities haven't blown up, imploded, fell off the map yet. It's just like, so
ain't no zombie apocalypse.
So it's like, yo, if they good. It's like everybody turning a blind eye to that. Right. It's almost like, but we just judging like they ain't there with no mask on. Like, nigga, that was a month ago. Bro.
To me, it's like, you know, when you were little and you like one kid on the block got chicken pox, and it's like, all right, you go to their house, get that shit, get it out the way, get everybody to have chicken pox at one time, and it's done. I'm not saying that everybody needs to get COVID at the same time, but I feel like at the beginning, if it would have did it spread or whatever it would have did, you know, I don't want anybody to lose their life over this, and it has, so I'm not wishing that. But like, if that whole thing would have happened, I think a lot more people would have been, I don't know, okay, or like this whole process. I feel like it's being dragged out.
I feel like we've all had it. Like, CJ, you mind me saying? Yeah. Like, CJ recently had it. Yeah. We filmed with CJ when he had it. Yeah. I was totally fine. I knew he was fine though. I knew we were fine.
I didn't know I had it until after we shot.
Right.
But I didn't know.
You knew he had it.
I knew afterwards because I was the one telling him. I was telling him to go before we went to Jamaica. I was just like, hey, bro, just go get tested just to be sure.
Was this when we was fucking around about when I was joking about it?
Yeah.
Why you ain't just say it?
I know you got it, bro.
I didn't know
was right
after. I didn't know until after.
I knew we had it, but then he wouldn't get tested afterwards, though. He wouldn't get tested after. I've been tested twice after that. I knew we was fine, though, bro, because I knew I had this shit like 2019, November 2019, bro. I knew I was fine.
I feel the same way. Like November 2019.
CJ was sick, but he wasn't like fucking deathbed.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and my father had got it like I think like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago or something like that, and we had just went on a trip to a wedding, and I knew, like, I was like, damn, I was sitting right next to you, Pops, like, goddamn, like, yeah. But
it's like the fear of this thing hasn't, for a lot of people, lost its kind of like spike. I remember in the beginning, like, you couldn't sneeze around one motherfucker. Like, you
somebody cough, you like, man.
Like, you couldn't like do none of that. But it's just like, it's like, hey, people, relax, man. Right. Because in the beginning, I never understood why people wanted to get tested so much, because talking to doctors, the only thing they were telling you was just, hey, go home, treat it like a flu. Yeah. But I was like, with that, once I heard that early on, I started to question everything. I was like, if that's the case and people can get over this by themselves, then why the fuck are we getting the vaccine then?
Right.
Like, unless you feel like you are one of those high-risk cases.
Right. Facts.
Like, if you have some type of underlying issue or like your respiratory system is compromised, outside of that, it's just like you're going to get it. Like, just like if you would get the flu, but they made it seem like this shit was like getting AIDS or something. Like it was just an early death sentence or some shit like that, man.
Not AIDS.
Not AIDS.
That's what they made it seem like. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, I feel like
lying.
people prefer AIDS now. It's like, well, if I can't cough and get somebody AIDS. Like you prefer AIDS to?
Nah, but
I literally is a guy in my gym. I swear to God, he said that last
He
week.
prefers AIDS.
He's like, I would prefer AIDS over COVID, right?
he probably got AIDS. Then.
He probably got AIDS.
Because he knows
he got AIDS
through
already.
it. He like, I'm fine. Yeah.
He was trying to be cool and be like, yeah, I ain't got AIDS, so I prefer it, but shit.
Nah, he was just. I mean, he's a cool guy. He's just one of those guys
Hey,
where.
there's nothing wrong with somebody who got
Yeah,
AIDS.
no.
No. I'm saying he's just a cool guy, but it's just like the way he said it. Like again, I just felt like he's one of those people that was just like pumping that fear. I was like, bro, I've been in the gym for months. I haven't stopped flying since the beginning, bro.
Right, me either.
I just went out of the country. Had to take a test to go out of the country. Had to take a test to come back in. Like fucking lax, man.
Yeah.
Like the percentage of the country. If you look at the numbers, it's easy to take the numbers without no context. Right. But if you take the number of deaths and you put that in context, right, you still talking about under 1%.
Right.
But they don't shape the number. They don't give people the numbers in that context like that because it does not benefit them to do so. It's like we gotta get this fucking vaccine out.
Yeah, fear sells, man. It's a money grab.
And you think it's by coincidence that they start rolling out that fact checker shit before the vaccine came out? They had that shit in place already, bro, because they knew they was gonna have to contain the information. And if people start having side effects, it's like a wild fucking world we live in right now.
Is this a red pill episode?
No, but
We red pill.
I mean, I just feel like there's so much information on one side, but to say something on the other side, people look at you like it's almost like how we always say like. Black people don't listen to shit unless it came out the word of out the mouth of a white person, or if they hear it on TV. But it's just like, but this is the problem with censoring. You know, if you start censoring certain networks and certain platforms, then you only hear this one side. Like you don't hear the doctors in the beginning that was saying like, hey, it's not the disease that was killing people. It was the
respirator.
What were they called? The ventilators.
Yeah, the ventilators.
It was the ventilators. It was the treatment.
Yeah.
Like you can't have like again as much shit as you talk about Donald Trump. I felt him when he say like, look, the fucking cure can't be worse than the disease. It's like you can't shut down the country because you can't just jumpstart this motherfucker back up. Right. Like because the real shit ain't hit the fan yet. No, the evictions, all of that shit ain't hit the fan yet, bro. Like we still dealing with just this, but we ain't even dealt with the reaction to the response that we had to this shit, bro. Yeah, shit gonna get real. A lot of people been deferring shit and deferring shit and deferring shit.
You're not lying. It's about to add up.
Right. Like you thought Daddy Joe was gonna make this shit okay.
Yeah, I mean, only thing they could do is like pump more money into the economy, but that's gonna fuck up the economy.
And then it kills the dollar.
Yeah.
It kills the dollar. You can't. It's like a certain amount of people don't understand that, right? You know, they don't understand inflation, deflation, and shit like that. They just think like, oh man, just give us more stimulus. It's like no, motherfucking shit don't. It don't work like this, man. Like you killing your currency, you strengthening other. You know, it's crazy, man.
I wonder why your $70,000 house is gonna cost $350 in a few years. Yeah. It's like,
but you talking about people who don't like. I remember saying this to some friends. Like, to a person who doesn't have a business, you don't see the effects of closing down businesses. You don't see the business. You don't see the effects of saying you can't eat outside, but yet I can go to the mall, the Americana. Right. Stand in line inside the mall to go into a store. What's the difference?
Right.
Like it make sense.
Right.
It don't fucking make sense, man. So I'm just like, we won't know it's like 9/11. we won't know what the real sinister reasons are, and it could just simply be money. It could be, I don't know, man. Like we just won't know the real reason.
Well, one of
like we knew 9/11 was oil, right? Like we wanted to have a reason to go over there and goddamn it,
Make a dollar.
Not only get the oil, but bring all the Western shit over there, and So what's gonna be what's the sinister reason behind this shit?
From what I heard, population control. But I don't think COVID is doing what it should. Well, I mean, okay, if we're talking about theories or whatever, from what I've heard, population control. The world's overpopulated by I don't know how many fucking billions of people, and we're only having more people. We're only living longer, and honestly, I mean, if you look at it, like people who do this shit project out years and years, like you're like, hey, in a few 50, 100 years, we ain't gonna have no it's gonna be fucking little huts. We're gonna be like fucking favelas and whatever. Everybody gonna be tight. So you hear, okay, this shit was engineered to cut out some of the riffraff and whatever other shit going. I don't know if COVID is doing what maybe they thought it would do. Maybe this is why it's being prolonged, staying in. I don't know.
Initially, it seemed like it did, though, right?
Yeah,
Did it seem like it was only taking out the Social Security demographic, right?
Right.
No, I'm saying like that's because Social Security is what's it's been a drag on the economy, right?
Yeah,
so it seemed like initially that's what was going on. It seemed like it was only taking out elderly people, but they didn't want to say that for some reason, right? Because then next thing you know, you start hearing like stories about like younger people getting, but again, like you hear the number, but you have to go to the website and see the percentage. And once you do the once you see the percentage, and you're just like, what the fuck is 0.0000?
Right.
It's just like, what? How many people was that?
Yeah, so we still in this theory. You got these people looking at you. So I'm like, damn, we ain't doing shit. So what's the next move? All right, we keep them in. We keep them. We make them go broke. We have them struggle. We have them. We call shit. I don't know, riots or whatever the fuck other shit going on. Maybe something happened out of that. Martial law, all this shit. The shit that everybody done heard the shit this year. Everybody done had enough time to go down the fucking rabbit hole. I know I got lost down one. I got fucked up so bad I couldn't sleep one night. I was like, what the fuck is this? But, so you hear that, you hear, as soon as we get the vaccine, you have this rush of, these companies doing it to make money. And then as soon as we get a vaccine, there's a second strain.
Right.
We don't know what that does. So it's like this wheel of like progress, but not really. Right. We feel like we make it somewhere, but like nobody's situation's changed. Only people are getting richer are the people at the top. Everyone's getting poorer. There's the middle class is gone, just widening the wage gap.
Right.
And that's just gonna be how it is. It's fucked up. What's Elon Musk the other day? Didn't he become like the world? He passed Jeff Bezos for the world richest man.
Yep. Crazy.
I mean, congrats to him.
Motherfuckers is like Puffy and Jay-Z, man. They just passing the baton back and forth. But it's like, even with that new strain shit, I remember seeing a headline from CNN on that, right? But then when I went and read the story, it literally said like, this new strain isn't more deadlier. It's just a different strain.
More contagious.
So I'm just like, then why are we just putting out this old shocking ass headline like that, man?
Yeah, when you look at it, it's like, oh, like nothing's not that it's none of that big
it's
a
just
deal.
something to capitalize on. Like fear breeds the dollar.
But if you here's the problem with people, even if you try to have that conversation with somebody and give them that context, they still dismiss it. People won't even do the work themselves and say, let me go find out if this guy was bullshitting me or he was telling me something. They just dismiss it and be like, well, I ain't hear that. I mean, so I'm wearing my mask. Matter of fact, get away from me.
Right.
Like,
Y'all ever find yourself like fake Karen, like around people who all scared and shit? You got to be like, I don't want to be an asshole.
it's the worst,
but
bro.
You be like, oh,
In my building, I don't
get
give a fuck though. In my building, I don't, man. I really don't. Like in my building, all them people, them white people, bro, They put on their mask to go take the trash out, to go down to the laundry room, to open the door to get they go downstairs to get their mail and shit. I just be walking by their ass, free faced in the motherfucker, like looking like Ma Rainey. Like
you're an anti-masker?
Yeah. Hey man, if y'all never seen fucking Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, bro, watch that shit if you never seen that shit, bro.
What is it?
What's her name? What is her name again? The actress?
I forgot the. You talking about Ma Rainey?
Yeah, Ma Rainey.
I forgot
Hold
her
on,
name.
let me find out.
Oh, you talking about she's a big actress too. What's her name?
Ma Rainey.
She's a big actress. When y'all hear her name, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, her.
She is. Her name is. Oh yeah, Viola Davis.
Viola Davis.
Oh, okay.
She, bro. This movie.
Oh, the shit with Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
The jazz
This movie
Okay.
was fucking phenomenal, bro.
Really?
This may have been her greatest role ever.
Yeah.
She
was a boss.
became this person.
She gained weight.
I did not see Viola Davis.
Oh, really?
You ever seen somebody act in such a way where you say, I wish this was the real person and not the real person?
Yeah.
You wish the real person was the actor, right?
Wow.
Because she played this person. And here's the thing. This character, this person is so old, they don't have any video of her. She had to act out her personality based on people's personal accounts of who this person was, right? But she was fierce. She was fierce. She was like, they call her the mother of the blues, right?
Okay.
She didn't take no shit from the white people, right? She knew her value, and she just gave them people all types of shit, right? Because she said, only thing they want is just my voice. Once they have my voice, once they record my voice, they're going to treat me like shit. So before she would record, she was just giving them shit, man. The way I've never seen a black person, let alone a black woman, speak to white men like she did, man. She gave them, it was powerful, man. But Chadwick was just as great, but Viola Davis, man, the way she looked and talked to them people, man, fucking phenomenal, bro.
Right.
You know,
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna definitely watch that.
I can't believe y'all haven't seen that.
You know, it kept popping up, and I was like, I need to cut out some time to watch it, but I wanted to watch it,
Yeah.
like not
Because
do other
there's
shit.
a documentary
I had
after
it
it.
on. I had it on.
There's
I
a
had it
documentary after. I think Denzel produced it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so-
when I seen it, I was like,
yeah.
I gotta watch it, but I wanted to like make sure I cut out a chunk of time. But
Yeah.
holidays are running around and shit. It's starting New Year. I was like, all right, when it slow down a little bit, I'm gonna watch it and not do anything else.
Phenomenal project, man. I believe it might have been Chadwick's last project.
Oh, wow.
I
Looked like
definitely won his last because he was definitely very thin on there.
Right.
But his acting was, you can see the Denzel influence.
Yeah. Yep.
You can definitely see the Denzel influence.
Yeah.
But Viola,
She stole the show.
she's a fucking incredible actress, bro.
Yeah, no,
where
she is.
she just disappeared. You know, you see some people and you be like, that's such and such doing such and such, right? Like they say that a lot, but like Ben Affleck, it's like that's Ben Affleck doing Batman.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's fucking like she transformed into this woman, bro.
Oh yeah, I gotta check it out. Man.
Amazing project, man. But looks like we about to wrap this joint up, man. Anything y'all want to say, promote, push going into the new year? Nothing?
Nah, I mean,
Y'all
I just
got shit going on,
I just wanna-
Nah, man. I'm glad, man. We back doing this thing. We back on the A1 camera.
Yeah.
John, did you ever get your other camera back?
Not yet.
Oh, it's all good. No, this should be fine, man. But we glad to have our videographer back, man. You know, John is an amazing guy. John, can we get the Clumsy Thieves in the background again? All right, people like that, man. All right, y'all. Till next week.
Yeah.
Thieves
Oh,
out.
Thieves out.
I was waiting. I was ready.
I was waiting on you to do it, bro.
ready.
Nah, bro.
I was ready.
I think he fell asleep.
Yeah, he did. You seen his ass just looking down like that. I gotta go home, man. Like,
I was ready. I was.
You got to do the 1, 2, 3 next time, man.
nah, we ain't gotta do it all at one time. It's like we're fucking
Put our hands.
Power Rangers.
Put our hands in.
like
Thieves on 3.
Oh, 3. Hey, for real, man.
what was that fucking cartoon, man? Captain Planet type shit, man. Like water.
Water.
All right, man. Thieves out, y'all.
Thieves out, guys.